stages have almost sold out for the Afrobeat Weekender. Less than 80 spaces left. Pickup points: Elephant and Castle, Brixton, Victoria, Stratford, Tottenham, Birmingham and Manchester. Book today, afrobeatweekender.co.uk.
What do you do if someone you're seeing smells down there?
These guys, you've been waiting for this one.
Yes! Yes! You look her straight in the eye and you tell her your pum smell. Be straight up with them, man. Just be straight up and honest with them, because at the end of the day, some women actually don't know. Some women are not aware. So I think just be straight up.
What if it's something that's out of their control? Then what do you stick around? Because me, I'm skirt. I'm out.
Oh, I like it, man. You don't duck out.
I'm off, man. I'm off. I'm so sorry. I'm gone.
I don't know how deep it is in terms of down there, but I can't imagine it being something that is a life term.
I think more time it can simply just be an imbalance. So they need to just get it sorted out.
And that's what I'm saying. There's BV in it. If you've got BV, go clinic, go get it checked out. If you've got thrush,
What's BV?
Bacterial vaginosis. the most common one is obviously thrush in it. And there's another like low grade one called bacterial vaginosis.
No, thrush doesn't make your vagina smell.
Yes, it does.
Can put it on.
It will make it smell. Okay, there's so many urban myths about thrush or thrush or whatever, but I don't know anything about it firsthand. But from my friends' stories, it was stinking. But let me flip it though. There's certain man out there, yeah, like. Wait, let me land. There's certain man out there, yeah, that stink themselves, but they're so quick to say, "Oh, this girl's with JJ was smelling. This girl's with JJ was smelling."
Before I do anything, yeah, I'll make sure I'll clean their proper extra. I'll do extra scrubs, extra soap, extra everything, bro. Because listen, if she's going down there and she starts to, nah, that's embarrassing, bro. Never.
You change your boxers.
There's understanding that, okay, yeah, it might just be a bad day with the person, or this is a continuous thing. If it's a continuous thing, then especially if you're with that person, me personally, even if you're not with that person, I feel it's something that you just have to say, because if there was something wrong with me that I could change or I could fix, I'd want someone to tell me so that I don't go away from that situation.
How are you going to tell her?
Continuous.
How would you tell her?
It's simple. If I'm seeing someone, you lot know me. I'm very straightforward. Like, listen.
Really, you would tell the girl?
Listen, we're adults. It's a grown conversation. My darling, this is not a one-day thing. It's not like you had an off day. Do you understand? It's repetitive. Maybe you've got thrush, maybe you've got BV. You need to get it seen, babe. Like, it's smelling down there, innit? If you're tun frowsy, if the banana in our smell right, and I'm not even Jamaican, like, whether you're from Nigeria, Ghana, Tokyo, India, if your fanny don't smell fucking right, you need to be told. And I'm sorry, it's not a polite thing, it's not a polite conversation to be had, but you'd rather someone tell you than you continuously go throughout your life with a smelly fanny.
How would you deal with, because you know, I'm pretty sure you guys have had experiences where you've, but let me finish. So you've started having intercourse and maybe the girl's become wet and so she's sort of leaked a bit, and now odor is occurring in the middle of your intercourse. How is that something you're going to deal with?
You fake the bus. You fake it. Oh, then you just go home. You fake it,
I can't
bro.
even lie. I'll be like, listen, come, let's take it to the shower. Let's kind of spice it up.
Yeah, but the shower, even the steam, you know the steam. You know when you fart in the shower, yeah, and the steam just goes in your nose, and it goes like 10 times stronger.
Everybody has this thing where they go that there's a sex smell. Like, I think that's what is the biggest misconception. Like,
No, there is.
Shut up.
There is.
There isn't a sex smell. Like, if something smells bad, then that's not a sex smell. It smells nasty, it just smells nasty. There's a smell when two people are having sex, you sweat, your body's, you know, you're entwined. So there's a scent, do you understand? But it's not a bad scent. It doesn't smell like, More time even, you won't even smell nothing like that, do you understand? But there's sometimes where you get a scent. But if it is a bad smell, don't confuse that as, oh, it's just a sex smell. Nah, B.
I think there is a sex smell because
Then the tum frowsy, my darling.
Let me tell you, I've had sex with a guy, yeah? I smell good, okay? Down there is clean. After I have sex with that guy, why am I smelling now? There's such a thing as a sex smell. When you have sex with someone, you guys are exchanging body fluids. Something is going to create as a result of that. So why is it when I'm by myself, not having sex, I don't smell? Then I decide to have sex, I'm smelling. So that shows it's the sex that's making it smell.
It boils down to your upbringing. Like with me, growing up, my mum was very educated us in terms of, you know, our vagina.
Everything is always upbringing or she's experienced it or she's seen it or she's heard it. Oh, I don't understand the line between upbringing and smell. Like, where's the correlation?
There's certain things, for example, thrush. Like, my mum schooled me about thrush. BV, my mum schooled me about BV. And it all comes around the time when you start your period. Do you understand? It's all about educating your child. So when certain things, I believe, if you're not clean as a woman and you haven't been brought up to know these things, then of course you're gonna have a smell. I know my body well enough. I know how to satisfy myself in when I need to. So I know what will discharge or what will come out. And if it smells off, I'm gonna go get it checked out.
What about the people that are not as, you know, in tune with their bodies and have had those sexual experiences to that extent where they know that their body that well, but they have a certain, you know, a smell sometimes. And I feel like a lot of girls generally don't know. I generally believe they don't know, because if you know, like, you do something about it. As men, we are quick to be like, you know what, fuck that smells, busting out. Like, you're doing her an injustice. Like, yo,
bro, I'm not sorry. I'm not Captain Saberho. I don't need to have a conversation with every single person. If it's a serious situation between me and you, then cool. But
she might not have to be a hoe. She might actually just be a good beanie. Like,
I'm not talking about she's a hoe, but I'm saying if it's just like, if we're not serious, then I don't need to go to the point where I have to tell you, like. So tell me when my occupation suddenly became Captain Saverhole, where I have to tell every girl, you smell, I'll save you. Like, come on, like, it's not my duty. If it's a long-term thing, then okay, possibly. But if it's just for a night, it's just for a night. Skirt.
That's why they say having sex at a certain age, at a more mature age, that you believe that you're mature enough to handle certain things, is good. That's why, you know, they say don't have sex before a certain age. Because, for example, look at, like you said, you get immature guys that if you have sex with them and you're smelling, they're gonna take the piss or disrespect you. Whereas if you're a bit more mature, I'm sure, Lucas, the way you think now about having a conversation, you weren't thinking like that when you were 6, 17, 18.
I was a bit more raw with it, like, yo, sort that out, fam. Whereas now I know that, listen, I've learned that there's things like thrush, there's BV, there's situations where when you have unprotected sex as well for a period of time, this guy's busting inside you. There's fluids exchanging. You're going to smell. Do you understand?
What it is with BV as well, if a lady is showering about 3 times a day, that can actually create BV because there's natural stuff that need to come out. And that's the issue with girls. If anything come out, discharge or whatever, or her fanny's smelling a bit, she's panicking, oh my God, you always gotta be fresh. That is not natural. It has to come out because they are what keeps the thing purified, So BV is if you're now overdoing it. And more time it happens with girls who are, sexually active, because if you're having regular sex, you always wanna be clean there, so you're showering more. That's one thing. The second thing is, what we eat comes out through our pores, So you're always eating junk food, sugar, alcohol, chicken wings and Hennessy. I see one meme on there, so funny. And the person was like, if you're eating those kind of foods, you can't complain if your pussy smells like owl neck. You get me? Your skin replenishes itself with what you have eaten, with what it has. So if you're always eating oily stuff, spots and that will surface onto your skin, because that's all that's in your body. That's what your body's using to replenish itself. And secondly as well, you eat and you digest the food, and the food has to exit your body at one point. So if you're always eating sugar, oil and fatty foods and stuff like that, it's coming out of your vagina, it's coming out of your penis, and it will leave an odour, especially if it's happening over a number of years.
If I'm dating a girl, first time we sleep together, it smells. I can't lie, I probably bear it because I'm a gentleman. The next time, if it smells again, then I'll have to address it, because it could simply be a one-off.
How would you address it?
You know what? It's so awkward. That's why we're all kind of skating around it.
I don't think it's awkward because if you're sleeping with someone, I'm sure you'll be. I feel like I'm sure you'll be comfortable enough to express that sort of thing.
But I think
It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Let me put it this way.
Because the way I am, I'm an open person. If I'm smelling something bad, I'm gonna.
You see, back in school, there was always somebody that stunk of BO. Always somebody. But nobody ever really wanted to tell them. Everyone would always joke about, they stink, but no one really go up to them. That's an awkward conversation. So when somebody smells and they don't know, and you have to tell them, it's awkward.
As a woman, like, obviously I take pride in my hygiene. And it's a problem, like, obviously if you're smelling, it's gonna burn if someone's gonna tell you, you smell. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna appreciate that. Do you get what I mean? Like Corey's saying, it might be a one-off. So you might not address it there and then, which is okay. But if it happens again, please tell me, like, I need to know. Because like Lucas said, the woman may not know that she smells. Because sometimes you're accustomed to your pussy smell. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might not notice. No, it's true. A lot of girls would burn from a guy telling them that their pussy stink, but it actually means a lot more than your pussy actually smells. It means the person's quite serious about you. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't have to say it. You can be smelling all you like, they hit and they cut. For the person's actually telling you they want to take things further. Or it could just be a thing where he wants to fuck again and he obviously doesn't want it to smell.
Also, another way you can get thrush is through tight thongs, tight knickers, so things like those, tight jeans, so things like that, people need to be aware of that. It doesn't need to be sexual intercourse.
Free up your pum pum.
Personally, I don't wear pants to sleep. I like to be free. Yeah. I don't wear nothing. I'd like to be naked in my bed. I'm getting used to it, like to leave the house without pants if you're wearing a skirt. For me, it is a good thing. I can't do it with
Are you wearing pants now?
I'm wearing a thong, yes I am. Times two.
Fresh.
Why are you always, everyone's always saying, wash yourself, wash yourself. Sometimes it's internal. You know, some people stink, okay, cool. But what if it's their natural smell? So what, then what? You can't do anything about it.
I'm a dude, but I've grown up with sisters, I've got younger sisters. And the one thing my mum always said, even to a man as well, don't eat too much sweets. Because if you eat too much sweets, and this, it might not be a fact, I don't know, but this is what I've just been raised on. If you eat too much sweets, you have erectile problems. So don't eat too much sweets as a man. As a woman, if you eat too much sweets, your fanny starts to smell because it's an imbalance or whatever. Now, a lot of people don't know that. We are in a society where we eat a lot of junk, like Reva said, and we eat a lot of sweets, we have a lot of fizzy drinks. Now, that's where a natural odor might come from because you have a long history of all these junk food in your system where it has an effect on your body type. Do you understand? Not everybody's the same. We're all very different people. When you're growing up as young boys or whatever, we're very immature guys. Do you know what I'm saying? It takes a while for you to mature. Now, to have that conversation at a young age, like, I won't say don't blame the guy if he's immature about it, but what do you really expect from a young man or young boy that's growing up? Do you understand? And as a young girl, if you're putting yourself in those situations where you're having sex anywhere, you have to be grown enough to be able to deal with whatever way you get it. If I'm free enough to be able to fuck you, I should be able to tell you if you smell. If you can't hear that,
It's not that easy, man.
you've offed your pant, which is the most sacred thing to you, which when you're growing up, your mom's teaching you to cover yourself, you know, when you go to the toilet, hide your pee-pee or whatever, do you understand? It's all about protection and covering your private parts. As a dude, towels off, you flap your willy out, you grow up football, it's a lad's thing, do you know what I'm saying? You're expressive. Now, that's the same way as you grow older. You now make a choice whether you want to be open with someone and be that free.
Have you ever told a girl though that?
I've told plenty of girls, and it's not even been a negative thing. I've actually seen them after that in terms of, you know what, it's not the first time, it's not the second time, maybe there's an actual issue. And you've gone to the clinic and you've got BV. That's when I've educated myself, oh, right, it's just BV, oh, it's thrush. And a lot of people lose relationships and lose proper unions that would have made sense because of a smell. Yes, a smell is very, very important because it's something you have to live with every day.
Through enjoying, you meet different people, and in different people, you meet people that have different hygienes. Now, for me, I am big on scent. If you have a smelly breath, for example, I have to tell you, listen, yo, that can't run. Now, I'm not gonna tell you the first time because it might just be a bad day. If it's 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, you get told. I'm sorry, if I like you, especially, I really wanna nip something that I really don't like in the bud straight there and then. So it goes back to my philosophy of, you know what? Like, we have options here, just let each other know, you know?
The way you approach the situation is really, really important. You have to be sensitive because I think, for example, if it's your girlfriend and you approach it in a, even if it's not your girlfriend, to be honest, if you say it in a manner that comes across disrespectful or embarrassing, you're gonna affect this woman's intimacy going forward, yeah? Not just with you, but with other people. And as much as we say, okay, cool, you're not my girlfriend or whatever, but I think it's this lack of accountability to each other as human beings that brings us to a place that we are right now. I think if we, cool, you're not my girlfriend, I actually don't have any responsibility to care that, you know, to a certain degree. But as a human being and for you going forward, even though it might not be with me, you need to approach a woman. I think just like what you're saying is very sacred to a woman. It should be a sacred thing to many women. And if someone's taken off their underwear and attempted to have sex with you and then you smell something, you're like, raw, nah, that thing, yeah.
No, it's not.
It's mad, like, even how you know what I'm saying? If you say it like that, it's mad. Like, I'm never gonna take off my underwear again.
Some people are just rude. Like, if you are sleeping with someone and then you feel like there's a problem with their personal hygiene or whatsoever, if you tell them in a way that comes across demeaning, they're not sleeping with you again. They're gonna feel uncomfortable to even be free with you. So, okay, cool, someone might smell whatever, but there's a way to deliver it.
If a man likes you, there's no way he's gonna be disrespectful about it. Even if he says it in a rude manner, you would know that it's not disrespectful because you know his mannerisms, you know how he is.
I was with one guy, and before we even gave each other a hug, whatever, he was telling me, babe, I like my ladies fresh, clean, da, da. So already in your mind, you know what's up. That's the best way.
Just make sure you're fresh. If you're gonna be intimate with someone, before you're quick to go kiss up and touch up, go in the bathroom and see if everything's good.
No, what do you mean by fresh? I can go and shower and I'm fresh. No, listen. I'm not gonna put perfume, do all the extra stuff.
Nunu, listen to me. You've showered in the morning, yeah, you've gone to work, you're walking around, you're sweating, listen, you're not stinking, but you're sweating, yeah? So down there, it may create certain odors. It may not smell to you, but I'm saying, listen, just go to the bathroom and check.
If I take shit and I put it on my skin every day, even if I wipe it off straight away, eventually it will enter into my pores, yeah? For example, what I do personally, which I'm putting out there, I get lemon juice, yeah? Fresh lemon, I put it there and I put it in my armpits and I sleep with it. I don't wipe it off, I let it dry. You do that weeks and weeks and months, it will enter into my pores to the extent where even when I sweat, if you come and sniff, you still smell a whiff of lemon because it's entered within. So what Corey's saying is true. You can have a lifestyle that will ensure that you're fresh.
Lemonade.
In every situation that you like the other person, it's about putting your best foot forward, right? I think freshening up is manners. If you're not cleaning yourself before you're coming to have sex with me, you don't respect me. Bro, you don't rate me. If you're not changing your boxes, you don't rate me. If you're not washing your vagina when you're going to have sex, you don't rate the guy.
I wash it after.
There.
You don't even need to respect the guy. You don't respect yourself if you don't want to do that.
I respect myself because I'm clean. I don't need to wash and do all the extra stuff to be clean. I know I'm clean. I smell myself and it smells fresh.
So you don't need to shower.
You can ask every guy I slept with. They will tell you that. The 2 times that I smell, okay, let's be honest, we all have those days, is when I'm coming up to my period and when I just had sex bareback with a guy. That's it. Okay, so does that mean that the guy won't have sex with me? When you're on your period, you know, every woman has a scent, okay? It's not exactly the nicest smell in the world. We all smell when we're on our period. When you have sex with no protection, same thing. You smell because it's bare and bare put together. There's a smell. So everyone smells at one point in their life. We shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's normal. It's natural.
Nunu, imagine you're going to have sexual intercourse, yeah, with someone. Nunu, I'm asking you a question, yeah? And you're about to give him oral sex, yeah? And it stinks. Won't you feel like, rah, this guy... No, put it aside. Let's say you do, yeah? And you're going there and it stinks. Straight away, won't you feel a bit disrespected? Like, rah, you're telling me, okay, come, let's do this. And all day...
I won't feel disrespected because... It could have happened.
So you suck it, is that what you're saying?
No, I don't really understand.
Will you suck it?
No, I wouldn't do it. But it could be the guy's time of the month. I don't know how your system works. When it's my time of the month, I smell down there.
Darling, we don't have time of the month.
No, are you dumb? There's one time in the month I go to the toilet and I start pissing blood. Are you dumb?
Just like he will understand that, okay, cool, maybe it's almost her period. That's why she's smelling. So in the same way, I'll understand for you, if you're smelling and it's not all the time.
Fam, you just wash your dick. That's it. There's no time of the month.
I'm circumcised. There's some guys that are not circumcised. From my experience and the guys that are around me, it's Caribbean guys that are not circumcised, majority of them. And them lot are the ones that tend to let off a smell.
Let me just say this. I'm Caribbean.
Oh!
Listen, stop. Tying into what you're saying, I'm not circumcised. Okay. But it comes down to how cleansy you are, innit? True. I've been brought up, you pull it back and you wash it every day. You wash it every day. Even when you're peeing, you make sure it's clean. Yeah. When you don't do that, then yeah, you may get certain guys where it stinks But listen, it's all about pulling it back and just make sure it's fresh, innit?
Caribbean guys, well, a lot of Caribbean guys that I know, we're not circumcised. So there's a lot of situations where I've been in where it hasn't really been an issue. It hasn't even been brought up. Junior's quite pretty, if you ask me. So
most African people have a certain smell. Do you understand? A certain scent. Caribbean have a certain scent. White people have a certain scent. Asian people have a certain scent. Everybody has their own specific certain scents due to their certain races. Now, we all know what a generic bad smell is. So we need to understand that because we do. Because if that was the case, do you know why? If that was the case, yeah, then that means, yeah, anytime I go next to somebody else who's from a different race as me that doesn't have a familiar scent to me, I'd be like, but they don't smell. It's just different. You go into a majority of African households, yeah, because of the food we eat, because of our culture. But the food you eat is a part of your smell.
I don't smell of Africa. Like, what the hell does that mean?
Use your brain,
Your brain. What you're saying is that I will smell of jollof rice if I have cooked jollof rice. I don't just walk out and be smelling of Africa or Nigeria.
I don't walk out of my house and smell like Shaki, bro.
What the hell does that mean?
What's that, man? What's that?
That's a great insult because I don't smell like an African. I really don't understand what that means. Obviously, if my mom has cooked fish, if I've made jollof rice or something that has a dirty smell and it's gotten onto my clothes, understandably, I'm walking out smelling of jollof rice. Not that Africans smell of jollof rice. Maybe we have an Asian smell that is oozing from our skin. I really don't understand that.
In my house, yeah, we don't eat African food like that. And I'm from an African background. That doesn't mean naturally I go out of my house and I smell like I just come from the set of Lion King or something like that, bro. That don't make sense.
The point I'm making is you don't eat African food like that.
So there's not an African smell then?
Deep it, yes? Majority of Caribbeans, you eat different food to us. We eat different food to you. We all eat generic English food. Yes, we all live in England. But Asian people don't eat the same food as us. Chinese people that not eat the same food. Everybody has the different types of food that they eat, which impacts on your body that gives off a scent. Now, what I'm saying is these different scents don't have to necessarily be bad. We all smell different, yes. Do you understand? But we have certain generic traits. It's like saying all black people, we have strong features. Big noses, it's our ethnicity. Same way with scents, do you understand? We all have a history of certain scents, do you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, there's a difference between having a scent from your cultural backgrounds and what you eat and whatnot to actually just smelling bad. I've been around people where you're not from a similar background to me and I'm like, right, okay, that smells a bit different, but it's not a bad smell. Because I'm so used to it, I'm 28 years old and I've been born and grown up around these people, it's a normal, familiar smell to me. When you go into a workplace, when I take in my food, for example, when they smell it, it's like, raw, what's that? That's a bit spicy, it's a bit different. What's that? What's that, Lotus? What's that, mate? You know what I mean? And, you know, straight away you're like, bruv, that's a normal smell, isn't it? Like, because I'm used to the people that I'm around, it being normal.
Pounded yam and F4 at lunchtime to me is normal. It smells normal. To my colleagues, not very normal. They eat, you know, fish and chips, bags of mash, steak and kidney pie with a bit of chips, whatever, do you get what I'm saying? It smells different, you know? I eat that, and it's nice too. You bring a curry into work, again, smells different. So we all have different scents here. You get what I'm saying? You with me?
The reason I don't believe that there's a generic bad smell is because just because something's alien to you that you're not familiar with, you can't say that's bad. Bad is a subjective word. So just because someone smells in a way that you're not familiar with or you're not accustomed to, you can't now say that that person smells. That's why I would find it uncomfortable. I'm not saying I wouldn't have that conversation. It depends how serious I am with that person and how far I want to go with that person. But I wouldn't go to the stage where I'm telling every girl, oh, you smell, just because it's a smell that I'm not familiar with. There's not, like, we can't say this is a bad odor. There's people in this world that during sex, they will poo on each other and do all that freaky stuff, and they're comfortable with things like that. So obviously to them, they're familiar with that. So we can't say, like, I'm sure we're all of the opinion, I can't speak for everyone, but majority of us will say poo is a bad smell. But there's people in this world that smell is calm to them, to the point where they can have sex and they can poo on each other. There is a majority of things that we can all say smell, but we can't just go and speak for everyone and say, because there's certain people that they've experienced so many smells, and there's certain people that have grown up and are accustomed to one smell. They might say you smell. They might say a certain perfume you wear smells bad. So you can't just say, oh, because I'm wearing Paco Rabanne or something, everyone's gonna feel I smell nice. That could stink to someone else.
I don't think, as Lucas said, it should be an issue. I know it's not easy, Wale, like you said, it's not easy. It's not an easy subject. But if you've decided to have sex with someone, you need to be able to tell them. But at the same time, there's different types of sex you can have with women, in the sense that sex is sex, but it might just be someone that's a one-night stand, which you don't owe them anything.
You know how you said before that if you give her a chance, after the first time you give her a chance. Say you gave her the chance, second time, she's stinking. You tell her, you tell her, second time. Tells her, like, fix up on that, Third time, she's thinking again. What are you gonna do?
There's 100 ways you can say one thing, but then people can perceive it in so many different ways. So it comes down to tact. How tactful can you be in regards to delivering this information? Because I can say to you, listen, you stink. And they'll be offended. I can say, listen, there's a bad smell while we're having intercourse, blah, blah, blah. It softens the blow. So it's also...
But after you said it the second time, she's still smelling it. How you gonna approach it?
Now, for a man like me, you have two options. That means you have a medical issue where maybe I need to come with you, give you that support to understand why this is happening. And then if it's something that is long-term, how deep is this and how can I deal with it? Can I stay in it?
I'm interested because I don't know how to answer this. You've told her once. What's the second time? How are you going to answer it?
Like, I just can't deal with this no more. Like, on the reels, like, we've spoken about it. Like, it still smells. Obviously, you are aware of this. We'll talk.
I'll just quickly throw this. Let's say it's your wife and it's an ongoing thing. How are you going to do it? Because now you're in. This is not a girl where if I'm fed up and he's thinking too much, I'll bust out. This is your wife now. Answer
It
that.
wasn't stinking before, but now that you're married, it started to stink.
If that's my wife, it definitely wasn't smelling beforehand when she became my wife. So then it's not an issue that is something that is lasting effect on you forever. It's something that we can deal with. So that isn't a problem because we can deal with this. Do you understand? I've told you that it smells, it still smells. Now that goes down to one thing, is either you're negligent, you haven't dealt with it, or you've dealt with it, they've told you something and you haven't come back to let me know for the fact that I'm now bringing it up again. Now for me to bring it up again, I'm finding out, okay, why is there no change? Do you understand? Yo, babes, we had sex. I caught a little whiff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, we're all talking about women, yeah, and vaginas smelling this, that. Let's just expect everybody that's doing skirt out, just move. Say your penis is smelling, yeah, and you genuinely like this girl, and she has now perceived some disgusting something, yeah, and decided to cut. How would you feel?
my dick smells and you bust out, but I've still beat you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've caught that body. 1, 2. If you skirted because my D smells. Ask yourself, like, you beat me with a smelly D and you didn't even have the courtesy to tell me. What does that say about you?
So many guys are so quick, as I said before, are so quick to judge girls and say, yo, this girl's vajayjay was smelling, oh, it was stinking and shit. Sometimes guys don't even look at themselves.
I look at myself, before I fuck anyone, I look at myself, I got this, I smell it, yeah. If it's stinking, I'll wash it.
That's why I will switch. Someone can even receive a bang. For real, I can blow you because your penis is outside. Why is it smelling? All you need to do is wash and go on with your life. It's out of your body. So all you need to do is pour water, smell soap, and you're okay. So for me to smell it, meaning that you've come to have sex with me, normally you clean yourself before you have sex because you respect the person. You don't want them to be smelling poo when, stuff's going down. So for me to smell it, you just disrespecting me.
If my dick smells and you can't tell me my dick smells, but you fucked me. You have to take that L, get in the shower and wash my G. And then you go and get the next tune today. You make sure you fire. In fact, you make sure it's a bedroom. And then the bedroom will be, what? You say, my man, mad thing, blood. What? Lucas Walker. It's physical.
I'm seeing someone and I like him, he likes me, and we're banter, we bust jokes, we're building something, and he says, yo, babe, like, it was, like, I'll be like, rah, like, don't get me wrong, if it was me, I'll feel offended, but I would appreciate that because he's keeping it 100 with me. So if you're sleeping about with different people and someone tells you stink, then likeliness you're not going to give a fuck, are you? You're just going to be like, who are you? Fuck off. Next man. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're someone, if I'm seeing you, I'm a relationship kind of girl. Like I like all of that cuddling and stuff like that. If I'm seeing you and we're getting intimate, we're getting, you know what I mean? I would like for you to tell me because we're building something. You're
not making it seem so easy, man. It's not this easy. You're not saying it as if I can just tell you, your pussy stinks and it's easy.
I'm not saying it's not an easy thing. Like, I've been in a relationship where I've had to tell my ex-dude that, like one of the exes I had, that you smell. Like, it's not an easy thing, but it's about, if you're with someone and you're in something, it's about, if you're not going to tell me, who's going to tell me? That's the reality.
Well, you like them shotters, they don't buff. The shotters don't buff, that's why you like. That's why you smell
the
them.
thing is, pum pum can smell. Like when I tell you, it can smell. It can go, as in it can really smell.
Maggots
To the point, if you could go out, wear jeans, go out with your mates. You sit down, you might even just open your legs for a bit, maybe just, and the people around you will catch the whiff. So best believe, yeah, best believe. I'm very self-conscious. Like, I like to keep clean. I'm very, you know, because I have an image. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to have this image and then be smelling. When I've been in relationships with whoever I am, sometimes I'll be in the bath, like shower, or I might come out the bath. I might, like, babe, do I smell? Like, can you smell? Like, I'm like that. I'm so sorry. I'm like that. I'll even lie down back and say, babe, like, is there something there? Like, is there?
Me telling a girl that, need to fix up down there, just in case me and her don't last. For the next man, if she does fix up, then that's me knowing that I helped someone out. Yeah. Because if it stinks, that means anyone that she's fucked before did not tell her, did not help her out. And
not necessarily. Oh, bless you, that's
then I got shagged. No, but more likely, I got stuck with the girl.
It might be her time of the month.
If I'm with the girl for 8 months, it's the time of the month. Every time I fuck her, I lie, man.
If it's that time of the month, you shouldn't be doing that anyway.
Why? Why not?
Hey, chill, please. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not, please.
If you haven't had sex with a girl on her period, there's something wrong with you. It is very natural. It is very normal. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 girls have had sex on their period. Every girl wants to act like, oh, it's not happening. It has happened. The guy has done it and he's enjoyed it. Some men, they like it with the period because it's got the extra lubricant. Personally, when I'm on my period, I told you guys already that I smell, okay? When I'm coming up to my period. So does that mean now that the guy will not have sex with me while I'm on my period?
Yes.
Let's be honest, like, we all know a guy that's done it with a girl when she's on that time of the month. Come on, guys. Come on. Yes? Yeah.
You're desperate.
Have you girls fucked on your period?
Yes, I'm proud.
Wait, you guys, wait. I just heard something crazy. One by one, wait, have you done it?
Yes.
Esther, Falana, Chioma? You? Riva?
And I just say all of you, your CRBs are going to come after that.
We will find out.
What is wrong with blood? It comes out every single month for 7 days. What?
That doesn't mean I have to
When
touch
I'm on
you.
my period, I'm actually more horny.
Yeah, be horny in the corner.
Be horny down the road.
Yeah.
When I'm on my period, I have cramps. And when I have cramps, please, I don't need a narrator. When I'm on my period, I have cramps. And when I have cramps, I could not allow somebody to enter me while I'm having those cramps. It is very painful. I've had a child and I've gone through labor. The pain is not, I'm not gonna have that. No, I'm not gonna satisfy you. I don't mind, you know, but that's as far as it goes, bruv. That's as far as it goes. You ain't coming inside me because, do you know what I mean?
The smell of your own period blood is foul. The fact that you have the audacity and cheek and mind to open your leg for a next man to come and smell your foul odor. You're mad. You've lost it. You've lost it.
I get it. It's 2017. Everyone wants to try new things. I actually understand. But my G, if you are willing to have sex, blood is just splurting left and right, up and down, you need to work on your discipline.
There's a period where you are coming off your period, where you're spotting, yeah? Now, that is same as having sex on your period, because you're still having blood coming out of you. You generally can have sex. Some guys do have sex.
No, I don't.
When we're talking about, and I generally don't believe that, but I don't listen to BS and accept it.
Okay.
You've been in a long-term relationship, you've had a child, so the comfortability that you've experienced doesn't make me believe that. That's all I'm saying, do you understand? But whatever, innit? Having sex on your period with what you're saying, I'm thinking the more extreme form of you're just on your bloods and man's coming and fucking you.
I've done that. I've done spotting.
Yeah, but we know
Doesn't
that
matter.
we know that and we accept that you are crazy and you're just straight up nasty. But what I'm saying is that yes, that is natural, but it's not natural for me to be shagging you while you have blood coming out of you. It's not even hygienic.
Why does it have to be blood? Is it WrestleMania, bro? Fuck me, bro.
It makes no difference to me. We put a towel and we keep it moving. It doesn't matter.
You know what?
It's not that deep. It's actually not that deep. When you become comfortable in your own body, you will allow yourself to experience different things. Some people like it in the bar, okay? So we all have different preferences.
In the generation we're in, it's like people want to explore more. The freakiness is reached to a different level. I have a friend who's already told me she was on her period and a guy wanted to lick her while she was on her. So this sex that we're talking about is nothing. There's people who want it in their mouth. Before, we would talk about anal sex, that was like, what? But now, if we count, I'm pretty sure there's some people in here that's something to do. About 5 years ago, it was a big no-no. Like, how can you say that to man? So let's be real. Timing is changing. And people are doing what
That's too much, man.
How can you eat bloody pussy though? I don't understand how that's even freaky.
You'll be surprised that some people like to explore, like Biscuit asked.
Don't say my
Like,
name.
no,
What are you doing? Why are you saying my name?
Shut up.
Don't say my-
Don't
Why are you saying
worry, I'm
Biscuit
not
for?
drawing. I'm not drawing at your
Alright, go on,
service
say
history,
what
so
you're
calm
saying.
down,
Go.
innit?
If a guy licks me out when I'm on my period, I'll respect him more.
Hey, chop the bottle out of your face, bruv. Are you mad? Like, bruv, what are you talking about, bruv? Nah, fuck that.
He doesn't pick and choose, oh, when she's on this. No. He likes the whole of me. I'm a package. The blood comes with me.
Just shows that, Nunu, do you know that you need to really go and get yourself educated? You know what do you know what period is? Do you know what you're saying? It's a part of you. It is a part of you. It is an egg. It's a foul element that's coming out of
Can you taste your own blood? Can you put your hand in there and lick your blood?
It is the foul element.
Why would you expect? What the fuck are you doing? Are you mad?
Man, why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't.
Yeah, but it's the same way that a guy would not suck his own dick.
Shut up.
Nunu, no. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, for.
It's the same way a guy would not suck his own dick.
You need to just go and grow the fuck up. Like, seriously. There's a difference, yeah? A man can lick a girl out. A girl can suck a guy's dick. Them two will still lips.
You need to grow the
Shut the
fuck
fuck up and let me finish.
up.
Bro.
This is natural. You need to start realizing that it's part of a
Nunu,
woman.
chill out, man.
You're immature. That's why you're not sucking her.
Would you let a guy piss in your mouth?
No, I wouldn't.
Why? It's a part of me now. It's a part of me.
One by one.
It's their preference. It's your preference. I don't prefer that. Another man prefers to suck me when I'm on my period. Do you understand that? Look, don't get it twisted. If I was a man, I would never do that. Let's get it clear. I'm not saying that that's disgusting. Let's be clear. Like, me to lick up, nah. Me, I can't do that one. If a man wants to do it to me, my legs are open for you.
Nunu, you see with you, yeah? You see the main thing? Let's just put it out here, yeah? No, please, let's put it out here. You're the youngest one on the panel, yeah? All of us are on this panel, yeah? Age sometimes comes with experience, not all the time. And sometimes your experiences shape you as a person. From many of the things that you say, it comes from a place of inexperience. So when you're talking, it sounds reckless. So listen, let me finish. So when you're acting up, all of us are getting rage because some of us have lived the things that you're trying to talk about. You need to be careful.
I've lived it.
You're saying a guy that doesn't do it is immature. You're stupid, man. You're not talking sense.
I'm with you, and I'm liking licking your bloody fanny, yeah? Now, I want you to suck my ass crack. I want you to lick my batty. Like, I want you to rim me fucking arsehole. Like, and that's what I want because that's my preference. Now, because I've done what's your preference, obviously your relationship is compromised, right?
Yes. No.
That's what I'm saying. Inexperience.
You know what it is? I genuinely don't know what possessed Nunu to say that on camera. It's just crazy, and the fact that she'd go through it as well, I just feel that it's nasty. It's just a bit like why would you even let a guy go down there and do that while you're on your period? Like, that's coagulated blood and all in your mouth and swelling around, and it's a bit hands off from me.
It's very important to let your woman know that her vagina smells.
Have tact.
Very, very, yeah. But it's not saying it, it's how you say it. Don't just hurt her feelings, you know what I mean? But get out there, help her out.
Her reaction will determine how forward-thinking she is. Because she might take offense to it initially, but if she sees the greater good in the long run, she'll build on it and act on it. If she doesn't see the greater good and she's a short-term thinker, then she'll just take offense and move on.